Welcome back to Yard Talk, everybody. This is your boy, Jahliel, here with the new SGA president here at Virginia State University, Mr. Hyisheem Calier. Hyisheem, give us a little background about yourself.
So, I got to VSU in 2011. I'm originally from Harlem, New York. I was born in Harlem, then moved to Chelsea. My major is social work, and I'm a senior at the moment. Other than that, came from a single parent household, youngest of 6 kids, and my dream is to somehow advocate on a bigger level than others. My passion is music. And that's just a little bit about me. Yeah.
So, why SGA president?
Well, the reason I chose to be part of SGA was because as a sophomore I was an RA, and at that point I've already been through the majority of the activities and the things you could do on campus. Okay. And in doing that, I noticed that there were a lot of things that people would, have issues about, but they would never know how to go about changing them. And I somehow became the change agent for some students. And I ran for vice president, and I won by 250 votes. After that, I decided to take the next step and become the president, running by myself. Nobody else ran against me, and 580 votes.
Okay. Yeah, he had thought how many votes he had. Clearly, 250 votes. Sheesh. Okay. So since your experience of being SGA, what's been the best part? The best part of being an SGA is watching my cabinet members be successful in their initiatives. It's helping other people find their niche and execute. Because, of course, a lot of people have ideas, and a lot of people see what the issues are, but not many people come up with solutions. And not many people can sit there and say, well, this is what's going to make it better, but this is what's going to continue to make it better for the rest of some of these students' careers here at VSU. Okay. I get that, but outside of them and their initiatives, what goals have you seen that you wanted to transpire? And have you seen any, and have you not? Is it some things you're still working on, or kind of like what's going on with that? Yeah.
Okay, well, one of the main things, one of my platforms that I ran on was male mentorship.
Okay.
With male mentorship, I wanted to see more of it. As an African American at a university, period, we are the minority. We are the people who don't come back. We are the ones who don't meet the retention. And with that, it's mainly because we don't see more people like us here. And at an HBCU, females flourish. Females flourish. They get the great grades. They all graduate. And that's one of the things I wanted to change. I wanted to be that bigger brother to a lot of these freshmen and a lot of these people who feel like they don't belong. We've done that in many ways. We've had so many mentorship forums, and we actually went out to a high school in Petersburg and sat on a panel for high school students, and they change classes every 15 minutes. What we got going on coming up, Marche, our community relations and alumni person, she is working on a mentorship fair, which is February 9th. And along with that, we're doing a Big Brother, Big Sister event February 9th too. So
that's like next week.
Yeah, that is next week.
Oh, okay.
And what we're doing, we're really pushing mentorship, because that's the only way we can actually do something. In order for all of us to make it, once one person makes it, you got to make sure you send the elevator back down. Okay,
so you basically lifting as you climb.
Exactly.
Okay, that makes sense. So who's Hyisheem outside of SGA?
Okay. Well, Hyisheem outside of SGA, as I said before, I love music. I'm an artist, and I love expressing myself through music. I'm a very goofy person, and I'm a big kid, and that's one of the reasons why I love being in this particular cabinet, because the people that I've chosen have their personalities are so colorful. We can be talking about what we need to do to advocate for the students 1 second, and then on our downtime, everybody's joking and laughing, and that's the dynamic that I wanted. I wanted people to be able to get to business, but at the same time still be human and show that they are human. We all make mistakes, but at the same time we have to understand when it's our time to take responsibility for those mistakes.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
About this music though.
Yeah.
What are you doing with the music now? How long have you been interested in music and doing music and what are you currently doing right now?
Okay, well, I've been writing since I was 8 years old. What inspired me to write was my older brother. Always wanted to be like my older brother. Always wanted to do what he did because he was the only male role model in my house. After being incarcerated, he did 10 years, and it really motivated me to do more of the writing because every time I would write, it would remind me of him. And at 11, got more serious with writing. Recorded my first song at 14. Since then, I've produced 3 projects, and with those 3 projects, I've gotten so many fans from different places. I got people from Montana who's been listening to my music, and with that, I came to VSU, and it's funny. One of the biggest questions that I asked my sister was, "What if they're not feeling me?" And she gave me the best advice. She said, "If they're not feeling you, you gotta feel yourself." And with that being said, I did so much my freshman year. I performed at every open mic. I did the Res Life Talent Show, placed second out of 18 acts. I was in a Fame Award Cypher. I made the school song for 2 years. I was really, driven to get my passion out there. And currently, I just released my iTunes single, Radio, on February 1st. And, it's doing great. It's doing real great. And it's going to be up there for 5 years. So that's a test for me to test my growth. So in 5 years, I should listen to radio, and I should listen to what I have now, and I should be at a point where I feel I've gotten more successful.
That's deep. That's deep right there.
I'll be trying.
Good.
You good?
Okay. So what's next?
What's next?
What's next for Hyisheem Calier?
Okay. Well, at the moment, I'm actually applying to grad schools.
Okay.
And
to get your master's in what?
Master's in social work.
Okay.
Yeah. And the application process is strenuous, of course, but gotta get it done.
Right.
Gotta get it done. I've been offered 4 jobs, full-time positions. I've turned them down because I feel like I'm gonna get an education and I'm gonna find a way to get it for free. I feel like there's no reason why we should have to pay for anything if we're so smart. If we have so many different alternatives, so many different options and ways, we should be out there seeking them. Whether it's a fellowship, whether it's a scholarship, whether it's a position at a campus where they're paying for everything, whatever it is, you should seek it. And I've been paying for school since I was in high school, so, kind of tired of that.
Yeah. How does it feel that you're about to graduate? You're a senior.
Yeah.
You come from New York. You had your own trials and tribulations, had your own obstacles that you had to overcome.
Definitely.
And you're in college. Are you first generation? Or,
I am.
So you're first generation male, African American male,
yes.
from New York.
Yes.
You're about to graduate from college. How does that make you feel?
To be completely honest with you, surreal. It's like completely surreal. Like, it's a scary feeling, but at the same time, it's only scary because you know where you want to go and you have no idea how it's going to go. You want to be better. You want to leave a legacy at your university. In 10 years you want to come back and be able to donate money. You want to represent for everyone who is from where you're from, who didn't make it here. But it's like you carry all of that weight on your shoulders. And you also want to continue to remind yourself that you are human. And you have options and you have choices that you can make. And it's not just about doing what society thinks you should do. I'm not going to get my master's because society says you're going to need a master's degree. No, I'm going to do it because my dream and my goal is to advocate for people on a high level. And in order to do that, I need to strengthen some of my skills. And I need to further some of my education because I want to be competitive in every field that I enter. Everything that I do, I want to be competitive. I want to make sure that I am a contender.
So what's one word that describes you? Because you named a lot of words right there. Competitive, contender. You're speaking from somebody with ambition. So what word describes Hyisheem? One word. If you had to choose one word, what would it be? And why?
I would say driven.
Why?
No, scratch that.
Okay.
I'd say...
So no more driven.
No more driven.
Scratch that. Okay. Why?
I'd say resilient.
Resilient.
Resilient because I'm learning now in a social work major that resilience is not overcoming and staying stagnant. Resilience is actually superseding after you overcome. You know, you use your situations that you've been in and everything that you've been through, and you don't allow that to define you, but you allow it to help you take those next steps in your career.
You're speaking knowledge.
You know, and that's exactly what I want to do. I want to be resilient in everything, whatever happens. You know, if I bump into something or if I run into a traumatic event, I want to make sure that that somehow makes me the man that I will be in 2 years, the man that I will be in a year. You know, instead of letting it take me, I want it to make me.
That's deep. That's deep. That's interesting because when I was in your shoes about a year ago, I was feeling the same way. For those who may not understand or know, I was SGA president here at Virginia State University, and Hyisheem was actually my VP last year when I was SGA president. And actually, the crazy part is, Hyisheem came to me when he was a freshman, and I was a sophomore at SGA. And he just came to me and expressed some of the great things he wants to do. He expressed to me about music. He expressed to me about, you know, where he came from and how he wants to be more involved. I mean, eventually you see where he is today. So it's just understanding of, you know, we have to make it, but we also have to lift as we climb and influence those under us to continue to be better, to continue to be greater. Definitely. You know, I always told Hyisheem, don't be like me, be better than me. And I think that's crazy, because that's how we should think, that's how we should look at life. We should truly look at, I want you not to be like me because I'm paving a way for you to be better. And, you know, in his time of being SGA president, the initiatives that I paved the way for, he's doing. You know, we had a whole week of events that we wanted to do on a weekly or every bi-weekly that he's being able to accomplish now because of the hard work and grunt that we put in last year. So that's how it's always supposed to be. So it's very interesting to kind of see, you know, where you are and kind of what you're doing.
Definitely.
So is there anything that you would like to leave, or you leave behind, any quotes or anything like that that you feel like makes you or helps you to grind as hard as you do?
When I was running for vice president, it was a crazy race. I was really, really nervous. I didn't think I would win. I was running against someone who's in a Divine Nine organization. I wasn't in any organization of that stature, so it was like I was leaning on my mentors. I was saying, hey, how could I do this? What do you think would make me a better pick? You know, and one of my mentors told me, you know, it's in God's will. If it's meant to be, it's going to happen. And during my during the time when we were campaigning, I was doing my pictures, and in front of Virginia Hall, there's actually a quote on front, and it says, "Know thy opportunity." So what it said to me was, even if you don't win, you're still winning, because before you ran this race, before you did anything, you had to step out there in a place of uncomfort in order for you to actually be heard, be seen, and be known. You know, that freshman, that person that still wants to change, that freshman that still has these dreams to do all these things is still here. Because I've always recognized my opportunity. And I've always recognized that VSU is my playground. And I do with it what I want, you know, because my grades are good, because I have a good reputation on campus, because all of these things, I built it up to this point. And that's what I try to preach to everyone I meet. You know, don't ruin your reputation. Don't do these things that you know won't get you to where you want to be. And with that being said, I think the biggest quote will be, know thy opportunity. Know that you can make it, because you can touch somebody who hasn't made it.
There's nothing else I got to say. Y'all heard it first. Here from Virginia State University, Mr. Hyisheem Calier, SGA president, graduating senior, about to blow up.
Y'all too. Woo!